Steady as stone.
Live!
I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up. Leave it all to me. Someone needs...
Burst forth! Feel this ancient power!
Steady as stone.
To ashes! Nowhere to hide.
Here to play with me. The more, the merrier. Let me use my skill.
Don't blink!
The more, the merrier.
Coming to be moments of birth!
As a good knight should. Leave it all to me.
Burst forth! Witness my great undertaking!
Citizens, shine no longer.
Steady as stone.
Speed of light!
Coming to be!
Incoming! Speed of light!
I must leave no...
Another
Feel
test
this
subject.
ancient power!
Fry!
As a dutiful maid would.
Fry! Freeze! Terrors, fry! 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 Freeze! The wrong test subject. Picked the wrong test subject. Should replace my hammer.
Moments of birth.
With sword comes shadow. Don't blink.
Time to clean up.
What's it done?
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power.
Finally, done. Finally,
There you are.
pay your dues.
Live!
Leaving so soon.
Over here. Eyes on me. Cut to the chase.
The merrier. Oh, now you've got me worked
Witness
up.
my great undertaking.
I must leave as a good knight should.
Speed up. With sword comes shadow.
The more, the merrier.
Over here.
Moments of birth.
Let me amuse myself a little.
Don't blink. Over here.
Coming to be.
Over here.
The more, the merrier.
Blink. Leave it all to me. Shadows of fate!
I'll race you there. Told you I'd win.
Fate is upon you!
Let it rain. Nowhere to hide. Incoming. To ashes!
Another test subject.
Written in the stars!
Incoming with sword through shadow.
Picked like the wrong test subject.
Double pace!
I got it. Freeze!
Take this! Eyes on me!
Speed up!
Incoming!
Let me scribe! Shadows of fate!
I'll race you there! Bet you can't keep up with me!
Let me amuse myself.
Speed of light!
The more, the merrier.
To ashes! No pace! Don't blink! Over here!
The more, the merrier.
Delve into destiny.
Get him!
Let me amuse myself.
Over here!
The more,
Don't blink!
the merrier. Look at me. Just
let it rain!
Decided by destiny.
Eyes on me! Nowhere to hide.
Let me scribe.
Back off!
Speed of light.
Good. Don't blink.
Written in the stars.
No escape.
Off with you!
Direct assault!
Good.
Are you here to play with me?
Power that ended Haishan!
The merrier.
Let it rain!
Decided by destiny.
amuse myself a little.
With sword comes shadow.
The more, the merrier. You really
I'll be
know
fine.
how to get me going.
Go, go, Spirit Bunny!
Let me amuse myself.
No escape! Incoming! Hey! Nowhere to hide. Speed of a bullet. Yeah! Written in the stars.
Over here. Blink.
Hey!
Take this. Over here.
To ashes! Incoming!
Let me amuse myself.
Cut to the chase!
The more, the merrier.
Got lucky that time. Blink! Don't blink!
Look at me.
So soon.
Go, go, Baron Bunny! Men, fall back. Fate is upon you.
Let the show begin.
Hey! Incoming!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Don't blink! Incoming! Hey!
Steady as stone. I'll protect us.
Witness my great undertaking!
With sword comes shadow.
Go, Barbara, go! As a dutiful maid would. Leave it all to me.
Live! Feel this ancient power!
Let's dance.
Speed of light.
I'll protect us.
Incoming! Cut to the chase! Don't blink! Speed of light! Hey!
As a good knight should. Steady as stone. Leave it all to...
Don't blink! Hey!
Some time to clean up.
Moments of birth. Coming to be.
Incoming! Don't blink!
Let the show begin.
Live!
I must leave no stone unturned. I'll catch up. I'll catch up. I'll catch up. Let's dance. Steady as stone. Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up. Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up.
Coming to be. Feel this ancient power. Burst forth.
Incoming!
Counterattack!
Oh, oh. Speed. Hi. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
An unfortunate fall.
Oh.
Come into being. Witness my great undertaking.
As a good knight should. Incoming.
Don't blink! With sword comes shadow.
Burst forth.
Let the show begin.
Live.
No stone on... Someone...
Stand clear. Shaken and stirred. Amp it up. Animal hypostasis emulation.
Time to clean up. Leave it all to me.
Think you can bully me?
Another test subject. Freeze! Go!
As a good knight should.
Fry!
Enhanced animal module 75. Try to update.
I got you. Picked the wrong test subject. The wrong test subject.
Let's go, let's go. Ha, I'm here. Power cord.
Steady as... Time to clean up. Leave it all to me. I missed.
Think you can bully me? Absorption test. Animo test 6308. Swirl, Mark, don't break my glasses.
Think you can bully me? Can't handle your drink. Huh.
Steady as stone. As a dutiful maid would.
Stand clear. Animo test 6308. Power core.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Special. Enhanced Animo module 75. Shrug Darkin! Pyrotechnic!
Leave it all to me. As a good knight should.
Who's this first?
I must leave no stone.
You can't run! Well, can I? I see through you!
Scratch that!
Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun! Looks like I went too far.
Can't handle your drink! Huh.
Leave it all to me. As a dutiful maid would.
Animal hypostasis emulation! Think you can bully me? Amp it up! Think you can bully me? Diana Special! Stand clear. Absorption test. Swirl, Mark 2. Feel the beat.
Time to clean up. I must leave no stone unturned. We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda, this is long overdue. Born of ice and frost. We're way behind schedule. No touching. Next on the agenda, healthy body, healthy mind. We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda, we're way behind schedule.
Right.
Next on the agenda, access denied.
Right.
Next on the agenda... Next on the agenda... If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world. We're way behind schedule. We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda... We're way behind schedule. No touching. Come on, focus.
Add Astra. When you're high up, everyone can hear. Add Astra.
Should we really? Next on the agenda... We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda... We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda... way behind schedule. It's so nice to de-stress.
Conquering demons is what I do.
What are my orders?
What's our objective? Verdict is... Guess we can rest a bit.
What are my orders?
The hunt begins!
It is time, Morax. We settle this now!
No touching!
I will have order.
Crumble!
You can bully me!
The enraged Earth
Born
will
of
not
ice and frost.
absolve you! Today, you witness your reckoning!
Solidify!
Can't handle your dream!
Burn!
Fisher!
Stabilize!
Born of ice and frost. All hail!
The enraged Earth will not absolve you!
Gather!
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not! Come, experience an eon of suffering!
Stabilize!
Shaken and stirred! Born of ice and frost. For Rex Lapis!
Verdict is...
Back to the Earth! More axe!
you buying or not?
Children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been...
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no. You've done so much. In fact, my old friends and I...
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly, when you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds. That simply won't do. Especially, fortunately, I have not yet grown so old. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then... It is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the teapot that you entered previous.
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of... but that's enough nostalgia.
That's right!
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found... What's more, Well, for starters... You would have to dig down, but almost no one. Even more difficult. In any case, Smaragd... goodness knows.
Well, since you...
Yes. I suppose...
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time.
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane...
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yanfei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yanfei, I believe you already heard of the traveler and his traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui, before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chiseng. What a shame. A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yanfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
All right, Yanfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment. You'll have to excuse Yanfei.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either. Looks like the Ministry of Civil Affairs is serious.
Is that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is really rather essential. Yanfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly, after all. It is only right that they are duly...
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go.
Whoa, that's a really... See right in there.
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Krusel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have... Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Well, that's a first for sure. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
Mr. Krusel. How's business been?
Oh, good. Very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, in the end, I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus Jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize. I've already rented them out to a lady named
Wait, isn't Smaragdus Jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhiqiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus Jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Zhiqiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need.
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhiqiao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpin.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Croc.
Whatever shall I... Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with?
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins? I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to make... That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me, but now that I've lost the hair...
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of deja vu?
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Monsieur Chow, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original value of the hairpins as... Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Yuchao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the Jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the Jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Please, however much it is, I will have to pay it. My family are merchants, after all. It's vital that we keep our word and respect our contract. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark any longer. I'll go...
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. So hold on a moment, Monsieur Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfectly smooth to the touch, like the finest quality jade. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my...
Smooth to the touch? No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus Jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes. And if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossell.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere.
I should open a store here.
How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Why'd they have to give me that transfer?
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I...
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins...
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossell's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the smaragdus jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the smaragdus jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in...
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask.
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed Strung. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. But either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone... I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau. If Mr. Crossell had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Rare and precious curios.
Are you luck betting on Jade?
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter? Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnyan merchant named Crossell enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnyan merchant named Crossell, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. I encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separate...
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no...
Is that so? So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao is able to...
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would... There may be only a subtle difference for the... And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus...
But, never mind, Shirto. What?
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let...
Well got polluted.
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact...
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei, but might I know the nature?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he...
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Nope. Aha! Got it! Sinxie. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Again, with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Sinxie.
What should I try this time?
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's you. Has something happened?
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossell asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Crossell? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? Yes, he came. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only the...
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Sinxie, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossell commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Mr. Crossell wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the item is called Smaragdus jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus jadeite. The document even has the official seal of the ministry on it.
Thank you, Sinxie. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure. It isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it then that there's been some more trouble?
Nothing you need to worry about. Just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as I'm done with it. Thanks again.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is in trouble?
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make...
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? Why do you want to speak to him?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to human body. Once we have this final... That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus Jadeite recently. A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long ago. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if your pressing business might be related to this Snezhnayan merchant?
Ah, you needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract. Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the... This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the...
Considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here that you'll give them your full cooperation and according to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
10 times?
Crossell looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much more. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Ms. Jichao,
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But all right then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus jadeite over.
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever. It'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if...
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has...
Is that so? That's good.
Actually, I could see from the hairpins you produced that you're very skilled in jewelry design. If we could join forces, you...
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite that Granny wants too.
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that an Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Ah, you've returned. Good, good.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the...
Oh, you. All right, then. Go see to your business.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts, too.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave...
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day. Indeed she is. Liyue's Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among... Liyue is... All right, then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe...
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take... There we go. This Serenity pot is all... Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen. Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them.
Wait a minute, Granny. How exactly are we supposed to...
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot.
We should really bring the knight.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside the Madam... Huh. But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that! Well, you're... Still, why is it so empty here apart from that house? Oh, wait a second. What is that?
Well, it seems that we have a visitor.
It's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not a finch. I am a teapot spirit, and you may call me... hang on a moment. What am I supposed to be called again? Oh, call me, I suppose...
So you're the little helper Madam Ping mentioned?
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yes, she did summon me here. She told me much about you. You may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me. Your journey may be far from over. Though it is the Adepti who... Thus, we teapot spirits, you may consider me a butler, if you will. Now, allow me to explain this realm to you. Have you any blueprints on you? Specifically, as long as you have a blueprint, you can refashion...
Blueprints? Oh, that's right! Granny...
Yes, these are the blueprints I'm talking about. Go on, open them up. Just commit the image of the objects to then simply release the thought from your mind and the object...
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside, couldn't we?
I doubt it. He said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, even this world is not a true one, after all. It provides mere...
A golden-eyed adeptus? Paimon, what...
I hardly remember myself. Well, let's not dwell on that. Have a look around. Best if there's anything you would like to ask, just look for me.
The one before you is known as Jade Seeker. One travels far and wide. Ah.
Maybe... Maybe...
The one... Ah.